Around 2,000 years ago, in a small town called Nazareth, there lived a humble carpenter named Jesus. In this video, we dive into the lives of the top 10 most influential people in history. These extraordinary individuals have shaped our world in ways that still impact us today. So, let's get started. From a young age, Jesus was different. He had a gentle spirit and an incredible ability to understand the human heart. People in Nazareth often talked about his wisdom and kindness, but they had no idea that he was destined for something extraordinary. One day, Jesus left his carpentry tools behind and began traveling from village to village, teaching people about love, compassion, and forgiveness. He spoke in simple words, using stories called parables to convey profound messages. One of his most famous parables was about a good Samaritan who helped a stranger in need, teaching that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. As Jesus traveled, he performed miracles that amazed everyone. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and even raised the dead. People were in awe of his power and flocked to see him wherever he went. But Jesus was not just a miracle worker. He was a friend to those who had none. He spent time with the poor, the outcasts, and the sinners, showing them that they were loved and valued. One day, Jesus and his disciples arrived in Jerusalem during the Passover festival. The city was buzzing with excitement, but also tension. Jesus knew that his time was coming to an end. Despite the danger, he continued to teach and spread his message of love. On a Thursday evening, he gathered his closest friends for a meal, now known as the Last Supper. He broke bread and shared wine, telling them to remember him and his teachings. Shortly after, Jesus was arrested by the authorities. He was tried and sentenced to death by crucifixion, a brutal and painful punishment. As he hung on the cross, he forgave those who had condemned him, showing the ultimate act of love and forgiveness. 3 days after his death, something miraculous happened. Jesus rose from the dead, proving that love and life are stronger than death. Jesus Christ's story is one of humility, love, and sacrifice. His teachings continue to resonate, reminding us of the power of compassion and the importance of loving our neighbors. His life and message have shaped the course of history and continue to inspire people around the world. The next top influential person on our list is Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Muhammad was born in 570 CE in Mecca. Known for his honesty and integrity, he earned the nickname Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. At the age of 40, while meditating in the cave of Hira, he received his first revelation from the angel Gabriel. This marked the beginning of his prophethood. Muhammad preached monotheism and social justice, challenging the existing norms of Meccan society. Facing persecution, he and his followers migrated to Medina in an event called the Hijra, which marks the start of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad established a community based on Islamic principles of justice, equality, and compassion. Despite many challenges, Muhammad led his followers to triumph. He returned to Mecca, showing mercy and forgiveness to his former enemies, and continued to spread his teachings until his death in 632 CE. His revelations, compiled into the Quran, form the core of Islamic belief and guide the lives of over 1 billion Muslims today. The next influential person on our list is Isaac Newton, the brilliant scientist who revolutionized our understanding of the physical world. Isaac Newton was born in 1643 in England. As a child, he was curious and inventive, often creating mechanical devices and conducting experiments. His passion for learning led him to Cambridge University, where he delved into the mysteries of mathematics and physics. While sitting under an apple tree, Newton saw an apple fall to the ground. This simple observation sparked a question in his mind. Why do apples fall straight down? This curiosity led him to formulate the law of universal gravitation, which states that every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force proportional to their masses and the distance between them. Newton didn't stop there. He developed the three laws of motion, which describe how objects move and interact. These laws laid the foundation for classical mechanics and transformed our understanding of the physical universe. Newton's work extended beyond physics. He made significant contributions to mathematics by developing calculus, a powerful tool for solving complex problems. He also made advancements in optics, studying the nature of light and color. The next is Albert Einstein, the genius who transformed our understanding of the universe. Albert Einstein was born in 1879 in Germany. As a child, he was curious and loved to explore the mysteries of the world around him. However, he struggled in school and was often misunderstood by his teachers. But young Albert had a unique way of thinking, always questioning and seeking answers. One day, Einstein imagined riding alongside a beam of light. This thought experiment led him to develop the theory of relativity, which revolutionized physics. His famous equation showed that energy and mass are interchangeable, laying the groundwork for modern physics and opening the door to the atomic age. Albert Einstein's groundbreaking theories have profoundly impacted science and our understanding of the universe. His imaginative and curious mind continues to inspire scientists and dreamers worldwide. Einstein's legacy as one of the greatest minds in history endures, reminding us of the power of curiosity and creativity. The next influential person on our list is Leonardo da Vinci, a true Renaissance genius. Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452 in Vinci, Italy. From a young age, Leonardo showed an incredible talent for drawing and an insatiable curiosity about the world. As a young man, he moved to Florence, where he studied art, science, and engineering. Leonardo's artistic skills were unmatched. He painted masterpieces like the Mona Lisa, with her mysterious smile, and the Last Supper, capturing the dramatic moment of Jesus with his disciples. But Leonardo was much more than a painter. He filled notebooks with sketches and ideas about anatomy, astronomy, and inventions far ahead of his time. While he observing birds in flight, Leonardo wondered if humans could fly. He sketched designs for flying machines, including a helicopter and a hang glider. Although these inventions wouldn't be built for centuries, they showed his visionary thinking. Leonardo's curiosity led him to study the human body in detail. He dissected corpses to understand anatomy, creating detailed drawings that would later aid medical science. His keen observations and scientific approach made him a pioneer in many fields. Despite his many talents, Leonardo was known for his humility and kindness. He preferred learning and exploring over seeking fame and fortune. Number 6 on our list is Mahatma Gandhi, the leader who championed nonviolent resistance. Mahatma Gandhi was born in 1869 in Porbandar, India. As a young man, he studied law in London and later moved to South Africa, where he experienced racial discrimination. This injustice ignited his fight for civil rights. Gandhi returned to India, determined to free his country from British rule. He believed in nonviolent resistance, known as satyagraha. Gandhi led peaceful protests, boycotts, and marches, inspiring millions to join him. Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence and his unwavering commitment to justice have left a lasting impact on the world. His legacy continues to inspire movements for civil rights and freedom globally. Gandhi's life reminds us of the power of peaceful resistance and the importance of standing up for what is right. Number 7 is Martin Luther King Jr., the leader who championed the fight for civil rights in America. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. From a young age, he witnessed the harsh realities of racial segregation. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent resistance, King pursued a life dedicated to achieving racial equality through peaceful means. King became a pastor and soon emerged as a prominent leader in the civil rights movement. In 1955, he led the Montgomery bus boycott, after Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white person. The boycott lasted over a year and ended with the Supreme Court ruling that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. King's powerful speeches and peaceful protests inspired millions. One of his most iconic moments was the March on Washington in 1963, where he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Despite facing constant threats and imprisonment, King remained committed to nonviolence. His leadership was instrumental in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, landmark laws that ended segregation and protected voting rights for African Americans. Number 8 is William Shakespeare, the famous playwright and poet who created amazing stories that people still love today. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. Even as a young boy, he loved stories and words. When he grew up, he moved to London to work in the theater. Shakespeare quickly became well known as a writer and actor. He wrote 39 plays, including sad stories like Hamlet and Macbeth, funny ones like A Midsummer Night's Dream, and historical ones like Henry V. His plays talked about love, power, jealousy, and betrayal, showing the many sides of human nature. William Shakespeare's incredible talent for storytelling has left a lasting impact on literature and culture. His plays and poems are still studied, performed, and loved all over the world. Shakespeare's legacy as the greatest playwright ever reminds us how powerful words can be. Number 9 is Marie Curie, the brilliant scientist who discovered radioactivity. Marie Curie was born in 1867 in Poland. She loved learning and was very good at science. Because women couldn't attend university in Poland, she moved to Paris to study. Marie worked hard and made amazing discoveries. She and her husband, Pierre Curie, found 2 new elements, polonium and radium. Marie discovered radioactivity, a new type of energy that changed science forever. Marie won 2 Nobel Prizes, one in physics and one in chemistry, making her the first person to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different fields. Her work helped doctors treat cancer with radiation. And finally, the last one is Nelson Mandela, the leader who fought against apartheid and brought freedom to South Africa. Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 in a small village in South Africa. Growing up, he saw how unfairly black people were treated under the apartheid system, which kept races separate and oppressed black South Africans. Mandela decided to fight for equality and justice. He became a lawyer and joined the African National Congress, ANC, leading peaceful protests against apartheid. However, the government saw him as a threat and imprisoned him for 27 years. Nelson Mandela is influential because he showed the world the power of resilience, forgiveness, and peaceful change. His fight against apartheid and his dedication to justice and equality made him a global symbol of freedom and human rights. Mandela's legacy continues to inspire people to stand up for what is right and to work towards a better, fairer world. Thanks for staying with us once again, and if you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends.